We go from Fiesta Bowl all the way to Peach Bowl over there, and we watch this Indiana team just absolutely smack the Oregon Ducks. I mean, just demolish them, literally from the first play. Pick six, first play. That was the loudest stadium I think I've ever been in.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was the loudest stadium I've ever been in. And I didn't know if my microphone was amplifying it with my ears in or if that's actually how loud it was. So I took my ears out. It got louder out here. Yeah. And it was like, that was the loudest stadium I think I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like I've not been in a lot of great environments because you're going to say Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Indiana Hoosiers. It was 95% Hoosiers fans.
Legit.
First play of the game, pick six. I mean, it went. That was the loudest it's been. I think that's the loudest I've experienced.
The games that we've been a part of, the first time we were here with the Peach Bowl with Georgia and Ohio State, that one was pretty loud. That was a great game back and forth. But this game, like you said, even before the stadium, you knew how the stadium was going to look based on how the city of Atlanta looked. And then the college crowds, when you bring them into these NFL stadiums, it's an indoor dome, and it been 95% Indiana fans. And then for the game to start like that on the pick six from one of their best defensive player, D'Angelo Pons, like it was an unbelievable start, and it was an avalanche from basically this point on.
AJ, it was a party down there in Indiana the whole time.
Oh, yeah, we knew that from the second we got into town. Like, man, looking around, I'm saying there's a lot of Indiana fans going up and down these elevators with us. And then one of the workers said, oh, yeah, it's probably 95% Indiana since I've been here.
And it was. Yeah. We could literally experience it and feel it. But then the team, this Indiana team, they just methodically pound you. I mean, that's just what they do. It's outrageous. The amount of talent they have, the amount of dogs that they have, but also how, like, fundamentally sound. They look like an NFL defense. Now, there was an entire conversation about whether or not this team, which is average age, I think is like 22 or 23 or something.
Yeah, it's up there.
22 or 23, which would be an age. People get drafted in the NFL when they're 20, 21, okay? So Drake May is 23.
Yeah, Dante Moore's 20.
Okay, so Dante Moore is 20 years old. This average age, like 22, I guess, 23 years old is the average age of Indiana.
Grown-ass men.
Men. And the quarterback.
The man.
Well said.
He's going to be a guy.
Yeah.
Like, I continue to say this, and I guess I could look very stupid in the whole thing. I want to bat heavy for Will Howard. We haven't seen him, but obviously we saw him do his thing. I want to bat heavy for C.J. Stroud. We've seen him. Can't wait to see what he does tonight.
Nothing.
This dude is, that was Tone Dick, Steelers fan, saying that about CJ. This dude's, I think he's the one. I think he's a one. I think he is like a one, like a clear-cut number one guy. Now, Mel Kiper had Dante Moore as the number one quarterback prospect for the draft before this game was played. They put it up on the screen. I literally just got done saying, I think Fernando Mendoza is generational. And then they popped up a lower third. Mel Kiper Jr.'s big board has Dante Moore number one or whatever. It's like, I don't know if you've been watching this 6'5", 230-pound quarterback who can run very well, has beers with the boys, and is like a savant when it comes to football. It feels like this guy is the one. AJ, every time we see him, I think that, honestly. And it's like, it's hard to comprehend how he doesn't have massive success in the NFL, but I guess there's obviously always the chance.
What could the knocks be on Mendoza? That he's the prototypical like height of an old school NFL quarterback. He moves like a new school type guy. And it seems like every ball he throws is such pinpoint accuracy and just such a tight spiral. Yeah, I mean, it's not even going out on a limb saying this guy is going to be a dude. Like, hopefully he gets the right pieces around him wherever he goes. But, man, he will give you a great chance to win.
He throws some undefendable balls and then obviously blown coverage and some other stuff. But it's like, I feel like his only weakness is potentially
the logo, the IU logo. And the run like this, the only thing you can compare it to is Burrow. Like Burrow came into his senior year at LSU, and there were no, Heisman or national championship or number one overall pick type of expectations on Joe Burrow. And the same exact thing has happened with Mendoza and IU. They were supposed to be good. Yeah, they were ranked in the top 25, but, I mean, he dominates these games, and there's not one throw that you watch him make where it's like, ooh, what's he doing on that one? They're all unbelievable and perfect.
He said every play is like a puzzle. Do we see him make a lot of, hard decisions? Like, what is kind of the question between college to the NFL, D-Bud?
I mean, yeah, you're going to make hard decisions when you're playing some of these coordinators and disguises and stuff. But like he said, and like we've seen him do, like at this point in the game, at this point in the season especially, if it's not there, he'll just tuck it and run. He has the athleticism to escape and pick up a few yards. That's not why you're going to draft him because of his athleticism, but what he can do between the ears as far as diagnosing coverages and what's going on in the field, and then having the pinpoint accuracy. That's typically the biggest separator in the NFL, knowing where to go with the ball and then your accuracy down in the down out. Now, the things that can affect him where he can get to the NFL and stink or be a bust is what we've seen, just what's around him, the support system around him. Typically, you're going to go to a bad organization or a bad team, so the roster around him, the offensive line in front of him, the guy who's calling the plays for him, are they going to be there for multiple years? Are they going to get fired halfway through his first year, or is he going to have to go through 4 or 5 different coordinators? Those are the things that typically impact these quarterbacks. I forget who said it, but they said a lot of times, maybe Kevin O'Connell, a lot of times franchises fail their quarterbacks more than the other way around. So that's the only thing that can impact them, and you can't really know how that's going to play out on the next level. But everything we've seen, boots on the ground, lets you know this is a top tier pick.
And the boys love him. Like that's a whole nother thing. Like his leadership, I think, is one that translates to today, and he's addicted to positivity. Like every answer is just like, first of all, Jesus Christ made this all happen, so I'd like to thank him, and my team obviously would like to do that. And on another note, how amazing is it that we get a chance to be, like every answer is just like AI. It's like
legit.
It's like an AI positive answer, but that's like his natural reaction is to be like that. And then his entire family story, it's like this guy.
On the other side, too, with Miami. Carson Beck, we saw him go up, we saw him go down. We see him playing his best ball during the playoffs. Now, he doesn't have the same type of numbers, but he's taking care of the football. He's showing his athleticism. And late in that Ole Miss game, when it like that back and forth, it was like the NFL Super Wildcard weekend. Like, it was back and forth. Okay, are you going to answer? Okay, you're going to answer. Okay, now he has to answer. And there was times where we thought, okay, they're going to hand the ball off. They're going to do this. But they took explosive shots from pretty much their first drive. And then whenever they needed to play, whether it's a screen or him stepping up and making accurate throws across the middle of the field, he made those type of plays. So I'll be interested to see where his draft stock. See, like this point in the game, like fourth quarter, less than a minute, those are the throws we saw him hit time after time, and those are the throws, AJ would know this for sure, that you see week in and week out in the NFL. You got to make those digs, those posts, those layered throws across the middle, and then obviously you got to be able to use your legs when the time presents itself.
Yeah, what a perfect time for it to present itself. Carson Beck beats Trinidad Chambliss in an epic instant classic at the Fiesta Bowl. What a time out there. They were so nice to us.
Yeah, they were.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Genuinely, we appreciate the hell out of them over there. And then the Peach Bowl people, incredible. Thank you. What a time. The college football stuff's wild, especially because I feel like we got a pretty good relationship with both of the programs. Whenever
I'd say.
Whenever he was gonna suplex me right there. He did get me. I gave up the leverage when I went in for the dap, but he did it on purpose whenever he came in early. This is what he told me. They had a group of guys with the flu last night. That's what he said to me, and I said, "What?" That's literally what I said because I didn't know that they were having a flu game. And then he said immediately afterwards, he was like, I sent them all highlight reel of Jordan and flu game, said it's not an excuse. He said, but it certainly was. I mean, these guys were in a bad spot. Like, they got a flu night before, so that's like sleep's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, if you get in the morning, at least, you kind of get through it. But night before and your body, it's like, that's tough. That's really tough. So I think Miami feels like they were nowhere near. And he didn't tell me who were the players, who they were, but he wouldn't bring that up if it wasn't a couple people that were
important to their success.
We're all watching make plays, for sure.
Exactly. So, like, as soon as he said that, I was just like so even more impressed by that team, dude. I'm so impressed by Miami. Just win the game. How are we going to win? Well, we're going to hit the shit out. We'll win the game.
They're old, too.
That's what it felt like. Yeah, they're an old.
What an intriguing matchup, too, though. Sorry. What an intriguing matchup, these two teams, like how they're set up, the size difference, all of it. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, size difference with Oregon and Indiana, I think, was there as well. But, yes, Indiana certainly has a little less meat, maybe, than this Miami offensive line. That's like 6'9" through 6'7" across the board at front. It's an insane group that definitely move bodies. And then running back, huge. Backup running back, finisher.
Yeah.
I mean, Marty Braun
Yeah.
came over, said, thanks for talking me up or whatever. It's hey, fuck.
You got it?
Brother, no problem, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You could come into a game cold in the fourth quarter and catch one of the biggest catches of the game and then finish a game tough-wise. Yeah, definitely, dude. No problem. They got a bunch of dogs on that team, man. It's like Miami has been a fun team to watch and can certainly win it all.
Absolutely. You talk about being tough. That's something that we've seen, too, from not only these two teams that are in the Natty, but I feel like throughout this whole playoff run, we've seen teams on both sidelines because we can see it. That's one of the things that we can see being boots on the ground is like somebody gets banged up. clearly very, very, very hurt. Go to the sideline, locker room, blue tent, whatever it is, and then whatever they got to do, get back in the game and compete. So I've loved to see that, because it's something that we thought maybe we've lost with, all the money at stake, not only for the next level, but what they can make possibly on the next level. I mean, the next year on the college team. So I've been very impressed with the toughness of these young kids too.
Adam Rittenberg is reporting from ESPN. Indiana coach Kurt Cignetti is very impressed with Miami. A lot of twitched-up athletes playing fast, playing with a nasty edge. Mm-hmm. Is that what he sounded like? What did he say?
Can you put it up here, please? Okay. Now, actually, I can probably. Okay, thank you. So they got a lot of twitched-up athletes now and playing real fast, okay? They play the nasty edge. So, yeah, it's going to be a challenge for us.
I do think these two teams will look in the mirror at each other here. Mm-hmm. Like the way I think the way their coaches are. Mm-hmm. I think the way they operate. I think the way they try. Like both these teams for this entire college football playoff run, but throughout the entire season, I assume. We haven't watched every single snap of both these teams. I wish we would have and could have and had, by the way, because they're electrifying. They're tackling people through ground. They're not... They're trying to punish the other team. I mean, both teams are doing that, and both coaches are very much like, yeah, let's see if they can handle getting beat down a little bit. Let's see what they look like in the fourth. It's a special time for ball if this is what it's going to come back to.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. It really wouldn't shock me if we found out Monday before the game that Sig and Cristobal met up at some boxing gym and sparred like Rocky and Apollo at the end of Rocky 3 the night before the game. Yeah. Like they just both happened to be there. And
no cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
You and me.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sig wants that, but he'll probably have some plan.
Oh.
I assume Sig would have some plan.
Word.
Cristobal is former offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, he looked pretty comfortable doing this move.
Certainly. He certainly is.
Yes, he did.
But you sleep on Sig. You're gonna go night.
You're gonna get slept.
Yeah,
by Sig.
Yeah.
You sleep on Sig, you're gonna get slept by Sig.
Bingo.
That's kind of what it's been like in football.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they have this dominating run here could be historic if they're able to finish it off. We appreciate the hell out of the opportunity to be able to be there. And that Peach Bowl, man, that's the one that I'm gonna say whenever they say loudest thing you've ever been a part of. That fucking pick six first play. What?
Yeah, because if you think about it, like a neutral site game very, very rarely has 95% of one team's fans there.
Yeah, especially biggest game of the year and Indiana people tailgating all day. First play, so still have the juice.
Yeah.
This isn't fourth quarter. This is kickoff just happened. Mm-hmm. This is maybe the most juice that an entire building can have. So first play, pick six with the 95%er. Yeah, that might be the recipe for loudest pop in the history that I've heard. That's the loudest fucking pop I've ever heard.
Yeah, indoors as well. Yeah, that was it off the charts loud. You're right.
It could have flipped, too, because then Oregon had that long, methodical drive where they went back down and scored, and then Indiana just immediately fucking marched right down the field and scored again. And then it was game on.
3rd and 7, 3rd and 4.
Yeah.
Touchdown, wide open guy. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to the sideline. Let's see if the defense can get a stop. They do. Okay, now we roll. A couple of turnovers in the red zone. Mm-hmm. Can't have that. Can't have that. We love Coach Stan Lanning, though, in that Oregon team. Oh, yeah. Good luck out there.
Get it figured out.